Two of Hollywood's most private celebrities just gave us a rare glimpse into their 9-year relationship. On January 20th, 2026, Rachel McAdams received her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and her longtime partner Jamie Linden made a rare public appearance by her side. Think about this for a second. McAdams and Linden have been together for nearly a decade. They have 2 children together, but they've never publicly revealed their names. They avoid red carpets, they rarely appear in paparazzi photos, they almost never discuss their personal lives. So when Linden showed up to support McAdams at one of the biggest moments of her career, yeah, that was worth paying attention to. Let's talk about who these two people are, how they've managed to stay together in an industry known for breaking couples apart, and what made this particular appearance so special. Who is Jamie Linden? Before we get to the Walk of Fame ceremony, we need to understand who Jamie Linden actually is, because he's not exactly a household name, despite having a successful career in Hollywood. Jamie Linden was born on September 3, 1980, in Winter Park, Florida. That's near Orlando. He went to Lake Howell High School, then attended Florida State University, where he majored in marketing and media production. He graduated in 2001 with what seemed like a pretty standard college degree and no clear path into the entertainment industry. But here's where his story gets interesting. After graduation, Linden and 3 friends bought tickets to The Price is Right and traveled to Hollywood. He ended up winning $5,000 and a Tuscan wine server cart on the show. He saw this as a sign to stay in Hollywood, which is honestly one of the more unusual origin stories you'll hear about how someone broke into the film industry. His first job, reading feature film screenplays. Then he became an assistant to directors Sidney Pollack and Anthony Minghella at Mirage Enterprises. By his own account, he was fired from several assistant positions before he finally decided to write his own screenplay. That screenplay became We Are Marshall in 2006, and it was his breakthrough. The film told the story of the 1970 Southern Airways Flight 932 plane crash that killed most of Marshall University's football team. Linden had read about it in a 30th anniversary article in Florida State's student newspaper and became obsessed with the story. He pitched it to Warner Brothers in 2004 and met with family members of the crash victims to make sure he told their story with honesty and dignity. After We Are Marshall, Linden wrote Dear John in 2010. Then he made his directorial debut with 10 Years in 2011, an independent romantic comedy with an impressive cast including Channing Tatum, Jenna Dewan, Justin Long, and Kate Mara. He also wrote Money Monster in 2016. So when people refer to Jamie Linden as just Rachel McAdams' boyfriend, they're missing the fact that he's an established screenwriter and director in his own right. He's 45 years old now, and he's built a career that exists completely separate from his relationship with McAdams. Which brings us to how they actually got together. Rachel McAdams and Jamie Linden started dating in 2016. By that point, McAdams was already a major star. She'd had her breakout year in 2004 with Mean Girls and The Notebook. She'd been nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for Spotlight in 2016. She'd become part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Dr. Christine Palmer in Doctor Strange, also in 2016. Linden, meanwhile, had been working steadily as a screenwriter and had just released Money Monster that same year. So they were both established professionals when they met, both in their late 30s, both past the point of being Hollywood newcomers trying to figure out their careers. From the very beginning, they kept their relationship private. There were no red carpet debuts, no Instagram announcements, no interviews where they gushed about each other. The first real confirmation that they were even together, that came when McAdams was spotted with a baby bump in 2018. Their first child, a son, was born in 2018. He's now 7 years old. Their second child, a daughter, was born in 2020. She's now 5 years old. And to this day, they have never publicly revealed their children's names. In November 2018, McAdams spoke to the Sunday Times about her decision to keep her son's life private. She said, quote, "I want to keep his life private even if mine isn't." She also said about motherhood, "It's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me, hands down. People say your life is not your own anymore, but I have 39 years of me. I was sick of me. I was so happy to put the focus on some other person." She added, "I'm having more fun being a mom than I've ever had. Everything about it is interesting and exciting, inspiring to me. Even the tough days, there's something delightful about them." And she admitted that she waited a long time to become a mother. As for why she chose to be with someone else in the entertainment industry, McAdams explained, "We live such a gypsy life as actors, so being with someone who can be on the road as well makes sense." She described being glad to have found someone creative. Before the Walk of Fame ceremony, the most recent time the public had seen McAdams and Linden together was on August 20th, 2025, when paparazzi spotted them arriving at LAX. McAdams wore a black t-shirt under an unbuttoned blue shirt, dark wash pants, white sneakers, and a gray ball cap. Linden wore a white t-shirt with a checkered blue button-up shirt, blue jeans, and sneakers. He was carrying a backpack and 2 suitcases. It was completely unremarkable, which is exactly how they seem to like it. That's the thing about this couple. They're not trying to be mysterious or create intrigue. They're not playing games with the media. They simply don't want their personal lives to be public entertainment. In an industry where celebrities often use their relationships as part of their brand, McAdams and Linden have chosen the opposite approach, which makes the Walk of Fame ceremony even more meaningful. The Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony. On January 20th, 2026 at 11:30 a.m., Rachel McAdams received the 2,833rd star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The star is located at 6922 Hollywood Boulevard, and it's in the motion pictures category. Jamie Linden was there, sitting in the audience. They sat together during the ceremony, but when it came time for the photo opportunity at the star itself, Linden opted out. Only McAdams' parents, Lance and Sandra McAdams, posed with her. This was consistent with how they've handled their relationship for 9 years. Linden showed up to support her, but he didn't try to be part of the public spectacle. He was there for her, not for the cameras. The ceremony included speeches from Sam Raimi, who directed McAdams in her upcoming film Send Help, and Domhnall Gleeson, her co-star from About Time back in 2013. Janelle Riley, Variety's deputy awards and features editor, served as MC. When McAdams gave her acceptance speech, she became visibly emotional while thanking her parents. She recalled writing them a letter at 8 years old, asking for permission to audition for Star Search. She talked about growing up in, quote, tiny little St. Thomas, Ontario. And then she gave her shout out to Jamie. She said, "To Jamie, my North Star, Kayleen, my other North Star. Thank you for being such a great team and keeping me quasi-normal." She mentioned both her partner and her sister, Kayleen McAdams, who's a Hollywood makeup artist, in the same breath. Both of them, in her words, keep her grounded. She called Jamie her North Star. For a couple that never talks about their relationship publicly, this was significant. McAdams used one of the biggest moments of her career to acknowledge what Jamie means to her, not in some elaborate declaration, but in a simple, honest statement that captured how they seem to approach their relationship, as a team. McAdams also gave tribute to her late co-star Diane Keaton, who died in October 2025 at age 79. They had worked together on The Family Stone in 2005. McAdams said, "She taught me that no matter how long you've been doing this, you have to leave everything you've got on the table. Each performance, you must muster up as much love as you can possibly can. And then you'll only feel like a dumb idiot half the time in life." Why this career moment mattered. To understand why the Walk of Fame ceremony was such a big deal, you need to understand Rachel McAdams' career trajectory. She was born on November 17, 1978 in London, Ontario, Canada, and raised in St. Thomas, Ontario. Her mother, Sandra K. West, was a nurse, and her father, Lance Frederick McAdams, was a truck driver and furniture mover. She's of English, Welsh, Irish, and Scottish descent. Before acting, McAdams was a competitive figure skater from ages 4 to 18. She began acting at age 12 with the Original Kids Theatre Company in London, Ontario, and won a performance award at the Sears Ontario Drama Festival in 1995. She originally planned to study cultural studies at the University of Western Ontario, but her drama teacher persuaded her to pursue acting professionally. She attended York University and graduated in 1991 with a Bachelor of Fine Arts with honors in theatre. Her breakout year was 2004, when she played Regina George in Mean Girls and Allie Hamilton in The Notebook opposite Ryan Gosling. The media labeled her Hollywood's new It Girl. She won an MTV Movie Award for Best Kiss with Gosling and Best Breakthrough Performance for Mean Girls. But then something unusual happened. In 2006 and 2007, McAdams took a career break. She later explained in 2013, "There were a lot of cooks in the kitchen, a lot of voices around me, and I wanted to step away so I could hear my own voice again. Truthfully, I never really wanted to be a big movie star. I never even wanted to work outside of Canada or outside of the theater." During that period, she turned down major roles in The Devil Wears Prada, Casino Royale, Mission Impossible 3, Iron Man, and Get Smart. These were huge movies that could have made her even more famous, and she said no. She came back and continued building an impressive filmography: Sherlock Holmes in 2009, Midnight in Paris in 2011, The Vow in 2012, About Time in 2013, and then Spotlight in 2015, which earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. She joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Doctor Strange in 2016 and returned for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in 2022. In 2015, she also appeared in the second season of HBO's True Detective. In 2023, she starred in Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, playing Barbara Simon, and won a Los Angeles Film Critics Association Award for Best Supporting Actress. In 2024, she made her Broadway debut in Mary Jane, a play written by Pulitzer Prize finalist Amy Herzog and directed by Anne Kaufman. She played a struggling single mother, and the show ran from April to June 30th, 2024. She received a Tony Award nomination for Best Actress in a Play and won a Theatre World Award. She was inducted into the Canadian Walk of Fame in 2014.